pull up, like, how you pull up, baby? How you pull up? How you pull up? I pull up.
Step in the kitchen.
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a clock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop. It's safe to say I earned it, ain't a nigga gave me nothing. I'm ready to hop out on a nigga, get the bus. Know you heard me say you play, you late, don't make me push the butt. Full of pain, dropped enough tears to fill up a fucking bucket. Going for buggers, I bought a chopper. I got a big drum to hold 100. Ain't going for nothing, I'm ready to air it out on all these niggas, I can see I'm running. She talked to my mom, she hit me on FaceTime just to check up on me and my brother. I'm really the baby, she know that the youngest son was always guaranteed to get the money. Okay, let's go. She know that the baby boy was always guaranteed to get the loot. She know what I do, she know if I run from a nigga, I'ma pull it out, shoot. PTSD, I'm always waking up in cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter a G, she saw me kill a nigga in front of her before the age of 2. And I'd kill another nigga too. Before I let another nigga do something to you. As long as you know that, don't let nobody tell you different, daddy love you. Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a clock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get your chop.
Keep a Glockin' when I ride in the Suburban. Was a codeine, had a young nigga swerving. I got the mop, watch me wash him like detergent. And I'm ballin', that's why it's diamonds on my jersey. Slide on outside and flip the block back, yeah, yeah. My junior popped him and left him lopsided, yeah, yeah. We spin his block, got the rebound in his rob.
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car.
All right, welcome back to Lsfl Game Day Live Week 2 edition. We are definitely excited after a exciting Week 1. Here to break down last week and talk about this upcoming week. So we're happy to have you here. I'd like to welcome first to the set. I'll start on my far right with Freddie Reyes. Welcome, sir.
What's up, Fred?
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the casa.
Hey.
To my immediate right, welcome Greg Mayer.
I'm in the building this week, y'all. I'm in the building.
The vice president of something, I can't quite remember.
I just got the VP title, that's it. No matter what it is.
To the left of me, the president of the Players Association, Mike Hernandez. Welcome to the set, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, Fred.
No problem.
Yes.
What's
Fred.
up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Didn't miss you.
President of the Who's My Daddy Club.
Y'all might notice the new digs. We're all at the Freddie Reyes' establishment, and we love the new set, and we think we might roll with this for at least for a certain time period. So, appreciate you, sir. All right, I don't know if it's the COVID or what it might be, but this Week 1 felt like a Week 1 like no other. Excitement all around. The league, she is a buzzing. And I appreciate, I think it's a lot to do with y'all's participation. So I do.
Goddamn time.
I appreciate you all, and it's just making the experience all that better. So I just wanted to make a quick comment on that. Speaking of the Week 1 excitement, we're going to break down last week really quickly. We're going to I'm going to start with my game, and we'll kind of go with each other's game. But we'll start with, which I felt was pretty much, if we look back at it now, was the game of the week. If it gets down to the last Monday night play, it's the game of the week. And if that Ryan Tannehill pass would have hit, I would not be as happy as I am at this moment. So, with that being said, we'll take a look at some of the top performances of that game. And I have them right here. So, for the Sharks' behalf, we had Aaron Rodgers, who went off. I think it was consensus. We all kind of like Aaron Rodgers, 34 points. McCaffrey, of course, we don't need to talk about that. Gurley actually ended up being my third performer, but it only came in at 11 points, so hence the low score on my part. And then with the Preds, of course, he had Zeke, and then his second was Wentz, who, he started off good, but ended up, he started to choke there at the end, as you saw. And then Melvin Gordon, the unknown. We talked about that the unknown factor of Melvin Gordon. I actually went to sleep prior to him scoring. So when I went to sleep, I was like, well, as long as they don't get in the end zone. And then I wake up and I see him doing this dance, and I was like, oh no, and then I saw the highlights. So that was a good pickup, Nick. But unfortunately, he fell short. So, any comments on that game, fellas? What did you guys think of that?
I just want to say I called it. I said it was going to be a tight battle. I said it was going to be close. I said it was going to be the unknown running backs, but you pulled it out, what, dot two?
Dot 2 points.
Just saying, I called it. I said it's going to come down to the tight ends. I think Jared Cook had more points than Waller.
He did. That was something I did know he said in that. That was a good point. Jared Cook did. Yeah,
Good work, Jason. Good work.
Absolutely.
That was very tight. That's fucking heartbreaking. To be honest with you.
If I was Nick,
I would have called for a
On the
recount.
first day,
you lose like that.
Yeah,
I'd rather lose like I lost, but still.
I think Wentz is gonna hurt him consistently this season. I don't think Carson Wentz is a good starting quarterback in fantasy. He's gonna have up and down games. I think if the Preds gonna do well this season, they're gonna do something about the
Make some moves.
Yeah.
Some trades.
Yeah, I don't believe in Wentz. I know he's a Pennsylvania kind of guy,
He's gonna stick with it.
but I learned a long time ago with the Jets, don't be a homer.
I learned that this week too.
Mike, what are your thoughts on that game?
My thoughts are that I think that you have a lot of players that underperform this week. That's one. But Gurley, I still am not sold on. I mean, he only got 11 points. If he ends up being a better player than what I expect, then I mean, you got a better shot than most. So I think he had a lot of plays on.
So you don't think Gurley's gonna keep that going?
I need to see more.
What about Gordon? Because Lindsey got the toe injury.
Yeah, but now you got Lindsey's a little injured, banged up now.
Right. So you think Gordon's gonna get more carry moving forward?
I mean, in the near future, I think Gordon will do a little bit better than Gurley will, but not by much.
So you think he's in a better position right now, Jason?
Like I said, a lot of the rest of his roster. I think that had he had more points out of the other players.
I can answer that for you. Who's in a better position? I am.
Of course you want to say
Well,
that.
I want to know, and he's 0-1. What other better position can he be?
Well, okay.
So, all right, let's move on to the next game. Mike, let's talk about the Bombers and Bucks matchup.
Man, it was a fun game, man. I mean, like, I know probably nobody was paying attention to it, but towards the end on Sunday afternoon, there were two key plays that played out, and if you, Greg was paying attention, and we were looking at it. AJ was down by, I say, 10, and he was playing Kyle Murray and Hopkins, and they scored a touchdown. It was like a 30-point swing. AJ was beating me by like 20 with Kamara still playing. And then the flag, they got called back. I'm still leading, but then Kamara later on in the fourth quarter got that touchdown. You got that touchdown. Like, you don't want to feel bad for your opponent, but he got it done twice on him in like a matter of a half hour. It was terrible. I felt bad for AJ. AJ's my dude, but I ended up squeaking it out. Good game, AJ, but 1-0 is good. Feels good.
That one hurt because I picked AJ to win that one. You started off great with Hilaire. I think you guys should have damn near 20 points the first day.
Yeah.
So that was great. What I have is I hope AJC doesn't come back with a vengeance. I play him this week. And like he said, he should have had 120, 30 points this week on that swing.
No, it was a good ass game because I was texting Mike throughout the game about Kamara's touchdown, about the Hopkins Murray thing. It
was wild.
This first week has been crazy because you could see the league go here, then it go back, then it go here, then it go back, and then it come down to the Sunday night game. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun game.
It was a fun game. And just for show purposes, so everyone knows, the last game we just talked about, the Sharks game, we all went Sharks, and on this one we all went Bombers. So that's why we're doing it in that order. Everyone here picked the Bombers correctly on that. So you know that your top performers of that game were Sean Watson with 23, Edwards Hilaire 19, Spicy, Metcalf with 15.5, that was a good pickup as well. Definitely a good pick. Bucks, Kyler Murray, we talked about him. And Kamara, he had 18, and Hopkins with 15. So AJ put the points up. He was there. I always grade my weeks on do I get over 100 in a non-PPR league. If I'm there, I'm good with that. If I lose, I'm old with that. As long as I put it up. So AJ, once again, you're here, you're there, just not in quite past that mark. We'll see what happens in week 2.
Class act, AJ. Class act.
We love you. We love you. You know that. Fred, now on this particular matchup, we're going to talk about yours. This is the one I got wrong, and if you play it back for show purposes, which I will not do again. And everyone else went you on this one, and they were correct. Let's talk about your matchup in your game.
I really have nothing to say about the GOATs. There's nothing to prove by rubbing in a 30-point mashing.
Why not?
You know what? You know what? Because I knew.
You know it.
I knew.
Felt it.
I seen his team. I said it last week. He pissed me off during the fucking drive, talking about I need to go 7-6. So I took it all out on him. I was just beat down.
Get the fuck down.
Yeah, like get the fuck out.
There was no kneeling at the end.
No,
you were running.
I was like, this is what you get, Mark. Don't act up anymore.
You know what's messed up about that is that Mark got to walk around no matter what happens. We got to walk
for the rest of the
season with that
and eat that. Eat that. That's
dude.
That was compliments of the Lsfl.
You're welcome.
Correct.
All I remember last week, I called Freddie out. Like Freddie was 0-4 against the GOAT going.
Yeah, you just said
that.
And I said, Freddie, I'm not breaking down your game. I'm not breaking down players. Bring it. Boy. Respect that.
Yeah, it was a good
NFC North in the building.
In the building.
That was a 30-point thumping. He's correct. 123 to 93, basically. Top performances for Mark was Chris Carson at 18, Drew Brees with 16, and Henry with 13. He was a little disappointed. Jesters with Adam Thielen, big game, 25 points. Mahomes, of course, 22.55, whatever. And the surprise third performer for you, and I think would really put you over the top, is the Ravens team at 18. That really puts
really
you
quick
over the top.
on the draft. I think I picked one of the defenses first, and they were 1 or 2. And I had a feeling that they were going to do well. I needed a good defense this year to complement the rest of my players. That's why I went in the 8th round or 7th round for the defense.
Got it. Well, that's why you did it. It paid off for you in week 1. That's definite. All right, Greg, let's move on to your matchup. Now, in this one, in your particular matchup, we had everyone going with you, and unfortunately, you disappointed everyone. So, let's talk about your matchup.
Again, just like the Fantasy Bowl, it came out to a Monday night fucking game. He had Ben Roethlisberger, I had Saquon. And Jason Garrett, I don't know if the fucking Cowboys fucking coach calling these stupid ass fucking plays. Can't see there's 8 in the fucking box. Every time Saquon came to the line. Give the man the ball in space. Don't just keep him running into a fucking brick wall. There's nothing much to say. I mean, and then I drafted fucking Le'Veon like a fucking homer pick, and he fucking gets hurt. It's all good, bro. I lost. I take my L. I'm gonna walk with my L. Good job, Ken. Again, always a tight battle with you. Like I said, last year came out to a Monday night game. This year the same shit.
Yeah, rematch of last year. Unfortunately, same results. Your top performances for that game. We had Josh Allen, 35 points.
Good.
Yeah, good game. Julio, right, 15 points there.
That.
Bills D, surprisingly, third performance at 10. I think that's what hurt him. That's what hurt him, though. It's just that third performance is your Bills.
Le'Veon didn't show up.
Right.
Odell didn't show up.
And you notice when I brought up mine, Gurley was at 11, and I was at that 89 threshold. So I've noticed when you have that third guy that's not bringing you much, you're under 100. So.
Yeah, and then I little tidbit. I did listen to Cooper. I started fucking Brandon Cooks. So everybody that came at me like, Greg, why did you start Cooks?
What did Cam Akers do? How much more did he get to think Cooks?
2 points. I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Right.
But everybody gave me shit. Because Mike texted me, gave me shit.
I tried to tell him, like, why are you doing this?
I can control Bill O'Brien's offense where he says, hey, listen, I might be down 20 points, but I'm just going to keep running the ball. I mean, it was set up.
But everybody gave me shit. Mike gave me shit.
Fucking tank it.
Fucking the irrelevant Boston team. I'm not going to say the name.
So I gotta say,
1 championship, 4 championships.
I was very disappointed with the Dragons. I picked them for fucking team of the week.
That's true.
Okay.
This is true.
I thought they would definitely do better. Definitely do better. Le'Veon, it's just, I
On
don't
the
know.
IR.
And the other one, Saquon Barkley, 15 rushes, you get hit behind the line of scrimmage 11 times. The coach got to get him in the flat, something, screen,
Get
do
the ball in
something.
space, man.
Like you can't see him just getting smacked. That's why Slayton did so well. So the time they did throw,
But Saquon made up the points.
No,
in
I
the
think
receiving game.
Slayton did well because like they got other people to throw the balls to. I mean, that's the only reason why Slayton did it. Like, your ass. So I remember Saquon played Pittsburgh. Like they ain't no
Tough match.
That's a tough. I mean, that's a tough season. But I never had confidence in Saquon, bro. You don't have to put him. You have to start.
I think he will
No,
come
he
back
ain't-
though. He's not gonna stay
So
down all year.
you think all year he's gonna have a
No.
bad
He's
year?
not. I just don't think he's gonna be a number 2.
Really?
Saquon. I
Why?
think he's
Why would you say that? Can you elaborate?
Well, I know he had 15 rushes.
I had Saquon before, and it wasn't consistent even when he was healthy. So that's my problem. And then you got the health thing.
I'll explain it a little better. Their offensive line, they
It's
don't
terrible.
have a big threat, at the quarterback position. So hence why Saquon's.
He's gonna face
Explain
it tough.
But if I'm
This is his explanation. Well, it's inconsistent.
I got you, buddy.
Numbers.
If Joe
I
Judge
don't know
is
what I'm
watching-
talking about.
if
That's
Joe
your
Judge is
explanation.
watching, the
Jesus
same
Christ.
way you ended the fourth quarter with the up tempo throwing quick,
Right.
get to the line quick,
Keep
that's how you gotta play all
Right.
year.
Exactly.
Keep him moving, keep him moving.
But Saquon made points in the receiving game, and if you get him out in space,
Yeah,
he's gonna make. He's gonna.
big
He's
games.
gonna break
Some people are just-
defense. I'm tempering it right now. I don't know where he's going to land. I just don't think he's going
From
to be
your
the
mouth.
second back.
From your mouth to Jason Garrett ears.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying
So
like,
you,
what the
you're
second- where
saying
the
like
second pick's at. That's
like
all I'm saying.
Kamara, Ezekiel will be ahead of
I mean, they could be like a good.
I got
So
you.
I'm not saying my
That's
so,
hindsight.
So let's
That's
rewind a little
hindsight.
bit. So if you had the second pick, you still would have went. You would have picked Saquon. Who would you pick?
Kamara.
I like the layer all the way.
So you would've took my
I would
number
have
two?
took a layer all the way.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
just
have to
know.
replay this whole, because I remember this whole exchange.
Oh no, we're not going there. I just asked him a simple. But you see,
I
I
know we
didn't.
were talking about the second pick, and you guys went on and
Listen,
on and on about
but I didn't give him 4 options. I said, what would you pick? Straight up.
All right, let's move
He
on. We're
also
taking
said
too long.
Jackson.
That's funny. We're taking too long now. Let's
I
move
thought
on.
you would.
That's true. You did say that. That's right. All right, let's move on. We all know who Mike's gonna take. I remember that.
Right.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about the shit show real quick. The Aftermath shit show. Hey, surprisingly, the Rattlers came out, and only one of us called it. Mike called it out today. The Rattlers showed up and put down the Massacre, who basically questioned him even being in the league. So for you to come out and put it down, that was great to say. We'll talk about
Always putting his foot in his mouth.
He needed to shut up from that one.
Yeah, let's talk about top performances real quick. Massacre had Russell Wilson with 35,
Okay, that's expected.
Cook with 20. Talked about that.
Who was the
And
specific
again,
X Factor?
Wait.
and Alvin Robinson. This is what, again, when I go back to his third top performer,
10 points.
7 points. So that's what I'm talking about. If your third performer is not, you not have a good game. And the Miami Rattlers, Josh Jacobs, great job. 32 points. Prescott with 20, and then Juju is third with
They say steal
19.
the draft. I'll give you props on this.
Steal the draft with 19 points. Great.
No, I'm saying it was just that.
What was the
I
margin
think
of
it's a bounce
victory?
back here from. I'm saying it was
What was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
margin of victory?
And then all of us had
Like
Massacre.
101 to what?
I think 11 points was the margin of victory, right?
No.
What is that?
What?
Damn.
Oh, what was that?
Raptors.
23.
23?
Yeah.
23-point win. That was pretty good.
I said, wow. I made that real big letter. Wow. The Massacre ate a lot of fucking crow.
Right.
Good Jesus.
They definitely did.
I said he better come back strong or he's looking at a long, rough season and potentially the toilet bowl of the year award.
Ooh.
I'm calling it now. It's either you or the Jets. It's them or the Jets. It's them or the Jets. Remember this right now.
Just the
them or the
jinx.
Jets.
Just the jinx.
Just the jinx is
It's
calling
real.
them.
This shit is real.
It's gonna be why? Because their teams are terrible.
I gotta give Jose props, man.
Yo, the whole NFC North took an L this week.
No, we're north. It's they're east.
East, my bad.
And-
But I gotta give Jose props because last week I looked at his roster and I was like, everyone was like, Freddie didn't even know who the fuck he was. But I looked at the roster this week, and I got to give Jose props. Your team is looking pretty good, bro. Let's see what you're going to do with it. Let's see if you're going to make the right calls. I see you picked up some good players on the waiver wire also this week.
Yeah.
Let's see what you do with it. Because you're in a good position right now. Jonathan Taylor's now the starting running back in fucking Indianapolis. You got a sneaky good wide receiver in Juju.
Don't tell him too much. Don't tell him too much.
Listen, I'm not telling you. I'm just giving you some players. And Josh Jacobs surprised the shit out of you. So let's see what you do with your fucking team this year, Jose. Don't make any dumb trades. Don't drop any players unexpectedly. Let's see what you do with it. And Nick,
stop talking.
No, I'm just gonna say this.
Stop.
Mike, any final thoughts on the shit show?
Oh my god.
Listen, Fred, that was genuine, Fred. I was like, yo, Nick, stop talking.
Bro,
Please, dude. It's like embarrassing yourself.
Did you see your resume?
And then I overheard, I don't know if we're gonna do that now or later, about a panel of champions. The panel of, there are.
We should upgrade.
9 championships.
Wait, we get there later. Calm down.
We'll get
Good, Mike, good talks on the game.
Any final thoughts on that?
No, I mean, I don't need to.
He didn't like the Red Sox.
I did see the potential in Jose. And I also did not see the potential in Nick K. So it was a combination. I don't think it was as hard as it.
There you go. It's a good call. You're the only one here to go.
Boston Massacre Red Sox.
Look at fucking face.
Let's go on to the final game that I thought the biggest surprise of the week. The Jets against the El Dorados. This came out of nowhere.
Surprise for me.
Now, right. So again, only one of us on this one called it. Greg called it. In fact, disagreed with me and Freddie. Even brought that out. So the rest of us went Jets. I'm sorry on this one. So let's talk top performances in this game. We got the Jets here with Lamar Jackson at 30 points. Now here is where he went in trouble. Your next two performances, your top performances was your defense and your kicker. So Chargers 13, Lutz with 10. That's not going to get it done, especially here in the Lsfl.
I didn't even laugh.
The El Dorados had Matt Ryan 28, Devontae Adams 27, and Calvin Ridley with 24. I mean, big performances.
Ridley got some garbage fucking touchdowns at the end of that. Bro, he lost the game. It was garbage fucking. I know.
Out of Greg's mouth last week, I even wrote this down and quoted him. He said, if the Jets only rely on Lamar Jackson, it's going to be tough. And that is exactly what happened.
That's a bold
very good.
prediction.
Greg, so I'm going to leave with you. Any your thoughts on that game?
Not to be cocky, but I'm calling it. If you look at the Jets right now, bro, your whole team is in the fucking under the medic tent right now, or your whole fucking squad. So, and I don't want to kick you while you down, bro, but you better start making some moves, some trades, pick up the phone, start texting something. Montgomery's coming off a groin injury. Them soft tissue injuries, bro, they can nag for the rest of the season. Who's your second running back? Who is it? Anybody?
I did get Armstead from the Jags.
But who's it this week?
This week, that's what I mean. This week.
Armstead.
Yeah, that's who he has in his lineup right now.
Michael Thomas, gone. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. Dude, those are your top running back with an injury, your top wide receivers out. Dude, phone number 646-251. We can talk.
My phone's recording, but you know.
Just call. And Craig.
Go to Mike first.
Craig,
Please.
welcome to the big boy table, Craig. Welcome to the big boy table with that one.
I mean, impressive win for El Dorado, team of the week. I mean, who saw that? Yeah.
He said,
you didn't see team of the week.
No, but I see Will.
Damn, but you know, Eric, I don't think I've ever seen a team be in this trouble after just week one. Like the way I seen the Jets. I mean, I'm sure there was, but it was probably my team.
Shit, no, probably my team. Over 13.
But yeah, I mean, it's panic time for the Jets. But yeah, man, big ups to Craig, because I mean, regardless of what happened on Eric's side of the ball, like Craig owned his points, he put him up. So
put him up.
Respect.
That was a total surprise. I thought the Jets were gonna demolish him. I don't know what the fuck happened, but he does get The fly swatter of the week.
Oh!
He got swapped.
Damn.
You lost by 50.
Damn.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna get. I know you're. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say nothing too bad because you are a good fantasy player. Maybe we got you too drunk before the draft. I don't know. But here goes some advice. Get rid of one of your quarterbacks and get something for him.
But Freddie, you tell him to get rid of one's quarterbacks.
And
Who's gonna take them?
I would-
Everybody's quarterback.
Everybody
really
is
good.
in love with
Lamar out
Lamar.
there.
Get Lamar out there. You're gonna get some fields. Cam pulled up points.
He could get a Herschel Walker.
Yeah, so
type
how long is
trade
Cam
for
gonna hold up?
But he's gonna be.
That's what everybody's gonna look
He's
at.
gonna take
Cam
Cam's
gonna be
offense.
healthy.
He's gonna get some running touchdowns.
But this Cam gonna hold up.
Listen, all I wanna say.
I know Eric's gonna try to put that out there, but if you smart, you're gonna be like, is Cam gonna hold up for the whole season? You're gonna have to put Lamar.
I do
up.
want to say this.
It's gonna happen.
That's a week.
I was
one.
surprised. It's 50 points
Relax.
lost.
Week one.
That's why you got the fly squash of the week. I know you're gonna come back stronger, and
Let's go.
that's what I gotta say. That's it. Woo!
Yeah. So let's listen to what all the other owners had to say about their last week's matchup.
JETS week. Eric, man, I'm sorry, dude. I wish you would have put up a little bit better of a challenge, man. I mean, but it is what it is, man. But don't be slacking. Don't make this the year that I got to carry you and Mark, dude, when we got that personal bet either, man. Y'all motherfuckers need to step that shit up, dude.
I want to say congratulations to Craig. I think he sold his soul to the devil last week or something, because he's never put up that many points ever. So I want to say congratulations, though. He whooped my ass fair and square. My team's kind of hurting right now, so hopefully he keeps it up and he's not the laughing stock of the league anymore.
So I'm here to recap my first week victory against Nick K and his Boston Massacre. Once again, like I said last week, anyone has opportunity to win. No one team is any better than any other team, except for looks like maybe one team is kind of stepping out on the first week. But yeah, it was a good victory. One victory on a long road of victories, and it was happy for me.
So we started out week one with a loss here. Great job, Jose. Congratulations. I love starting my year off with a win. That didn't happen. Jose had a couple of studs that went off, especially Jacobs with his 3 touchdowns. So good job. I put the best lineup that I could put forth. It wasn't anybody on my bench outscoring anybody. So that's that. Now we're regrouping and off we go to week 2.
Comment about last game. I was less than happy, man. Now I'm freaking 4-13 against Jason Cooper, man. It's a pain in the ass. To tell you the truth, I thought I had him, but lose 89.1 to 88.9. Come on, man. But it is what it is. I don't even feel like doing his interview after that game. The hell, that's crap. But yeah, sun rises every day, and Cooper kicks my ass. It is what it is.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone had a good week. I know I did. Definitely had a good one. Defending this belt against Greg. Once again, put him down to a 6-9 record against me, not 6-8 anymore. Had a lot of people kind of doubting my team, and if I was even going to be even relevant, let alone legit this year. I'm okay with that. I see where they, could maybe take some hits at this team. But, I'm running back strong this year, and I'm sticking with that. It's ride or die on that. Definitely picking up Malcolm Brown in the middle of last week. Now seeing what he did this past weekend against my poor Cowboys, that was rough. So, I'm there for the haul. So hopefully I can, I see a couple holes in myself, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with what I did. Roethlisberger was big on Monday night. Seeing Saquon kind of crumble, that was tough. But, it's Jason Garrett. So, like I said, we'll see what happens.
other than that, man, it was a good matchup overall. And, Greg, I'm hopefully looking to see you in another Fantasy Bowl later on this year.
Well, Freddie handed it to me. Congratulations. You won the game. It's a long season, so I wouldn't celebrate too much.
Right. So this last week's matchup, I was up against the Bombers and lost a tough one, I feel like, just because I had 3 touchdowns called back, man. That could have been, it would have been a win, like no question. But the fantasy guys didn't see it that way, so I'm 0-1. But whatever. It was a hard-fought game, but that's how it goes in fantasy. So.
Just a reminder, be the fly squad.
Next week, this bitch already looking ahead.
Just a reminder of our picks. Right now, the champions we have Mike and Greg at 4-2, and Freddie and I at 2-4.
Good job.
So right now, it looks like me and Fred might be splitting that meal at the end of the year.
I might get the fly swap.
Couple of league notes to point out. Mike brought it up a minute ago. I'll bring it up now. The AFC South swept the NFC East, and it's poised possibly to do it again. So something to watch out for.
How bad has the NFC East been? Like, honestly, that's the rotating fucking
pretty good. Because the Predators hold them up pretty well.
I think what's talking about throughout the history, it is true. Throughout the history of that division, it has been a rotating.
Bro, we've been together in that division for a long time.
I'm gonna give you another good stat with that though. You say how they lost? None of them broke 90 points. Not one broke 90 points.
Right.
Real talk. That's a good
now,
shit.
another stat, I was the only winner who went under 100, so something else to watch out for. Also, let's bring up the running bet that we have with the WSFL. Currently stands right now, the LSFL 320 points to the WSFL's 313.25 points. So the LSFL currently is in the lead by 6.75 points. That is with Craig's team of the week. So any thoughts on y'all's bet?
I gotta do it.
I got to step up.
This guy right here. We need you. We need you to step up. Me and Mike did our part.
How many points did you score?
88. Bro,
just imagine if the Elder Robbins had scored 130 something points. WSFL, I want this to be a good bet. So I'm gonna need you to step it up next week. Greg's gonna come back good. You know that El Dorado ain't scoring like that again. You fucking know.
Enough for the season.
You think so?
I don't know. He did good last year. I mean, once his luck
Then he falls
to
at the end of the season.
He's looking strong. Though.
Yeah.
The team looks strong.
You know what I don't like about it?
last year.
2 of his top 3 were the quarterback, receiver. So nothing came from his running backs. Well, how long can Matt Ryan put up 28 points? He's not known for that.
But because we have a flex, because we have a flex, I think that he can, he can slide it.
And let's not also forget, this isn't NFL.
Right.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons are going to be playing from behind a lot.
Oh.
So a lot of garbage points, a lot
That's what I
of
noticed.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I
balls
was
at
saying.
the same.
So really, points came off of garbage time, bro, because they was trying to catch up.
Right.
And 2 of his touchdowns came in the 4th quarter.
And
So it was garbage points because Matt Ryan all he had to do all day was throw. I mean, Gurley had 11, so he wasn't running the fucking ball.
And that's all his 11 was early. And I was
They had 3
commenting on
receivers.
that.
Atlanta had
Gameplay dictated early in the game.
Atlanta had 3 receivers over 100 yards.
Right.
3 receivers.
Gameplay dictated what happened
It was
after that.
Julio had 157. Calvin really went over 100, and then the other dude went over 100. I don't know what.
So one
They was
last
strong in that fucking.
One last note, and I brought that up earlier about how exciting week 1 was. The lowest point getter was the Jets at 85 points, which isn't bad. And I won it with 88, 89, whatever. So that's the little bit of points separated everyone. It was a good week overall for everyone.
Yeah.
So speaking of Craig and all his great accomplishments, let's now, we have the Team of the Week interview. Let's go ahead and take a look and listen to what Craig had to say.
Well, let me start off with, thanking everybody for their donation to the Team of the Week fund. I believe it was Barry Sanders that handed the football back after a touchdown and tried to act like he'd been there before, but we all know that I haven't been here. So I'm going to gloat for a little bit, enjoy this one. I wish it wasn't against Eric. You know, I feel bad I had to slaughter that boy, but everybody else will get their turn as well, man. Don't worry. Everybody's going to get their fair beat down this year. So, and as far as Freddie goes, Fred, look, if you're going to be an analyst on the Cooper News Network, you can't be impartial, man. I mean, to sit there and say I'm going to lose because my tight end sucks is an absolute idiocy, if I may say so myself. But that's neither here nor there, man. We'll give you that one. I know you got a little close there, man, so you're a little bitter, but it'll be all right, man. I'll give you a chance to take your ass beaten as well when we meet, whichever week that seems to be, buddy. But Greg, I hope that victory sets you over the top, man. You know, just keep riding the coattails because I know these cats are going to keep betting against me, man. So just keep going with it.
That was interesting. Freddie, since he directed something at you, I'll let you go ahead and lead off. And what do you think about Craig's entry for Team of the Week?
Oh man, it was interesting. I guess he pointed me out of all people. I didn't believe in the Eldorados. I still don't fucking believe in the Eldorados. I think just like you said earlier, all the garbage time points. But they are going to play teams that are not better than them. They got Carolina twice. So that 50, 60 points by wide receivers ain't going to work.
Carolina is not that good this year, bro.
That's not exactly. They're actually going to have a lead where they're going to start running the ball.
We'll see.
But I don't think the Eldorados at the end of the day are still going to be there. I think Jason's still going to win the division, like always.
No, I don't think so.
I think. You don't think so?
No,
he's jumping in. I was like,
I'm gonna say this. Looking at the teams in the AFC South, it's gonna be a tight fucking battle for.
I believe that's so.
Because, like I said earlier, Jose team looks strong.
You know what might happen? What happened to us 2 years ago when we're all 76 or 85? Somebody
going to
winning the record is not going to make it to the playoffs.
They're going to be done. Jason lost and he had like 89 points, right? The other two scored over 100 points. This is going to be a tight. This is going to come down to the end. Yeah. We can see a changing of the guard.
So they all 1-0. So your whole division 1-0.
Right.
Yeah. They swept the fucking
East.
The smelly East.
I mean, I like the Dorado. If I have to pick out of the 3 WSFL teams, I mean, I think he's got the most talent.
This year, absolutely.
He got the best chance.
You know, I think he got to sneak. He can sneak in the playoffs this year. I'm not like totally disappointed.
But don't you agree with me and Freddie? Like that division right now,
might be each other.
They're gonna beat each other up, bro. You pick Jose's team as being a good team. He got some sneaky good players.
No, wait a minute. I said that Jose was on week 1.
So you don't think? So you don't think going forward?
I think that Jose. I just don't trust in the organization.
The what?
Oh,
the
yeah.
what? The what?
No. That's the you say that.
No. But
say that for later.
But
say that for later.
Say that for later.
Okay. All right.
I'm saying, like, I just don't believe in Jose's ability. I think Mark, or not Mark. I'm sorry, Craig. Jesus, one of them. I think Craig is showing now that he's learned. Last year he did great. Wow. He started off the season good,
and he stumbled.
But I think that you start to see what he's doing now. Well, no, the way he builds his team.
He did.
I think you're seeing like he found something a couple years ago, and now he's just riding.
All right, so you don't have as much faith in Jose in that division.
Nah, so Jose just got to prove it to me.
All right,
Jose, I
give
give
Jose
Jose a shot.
Post division.
I mean, like I said, I don't know because like I thought Orlando had a better team than what they showed the first week. Just in the first week.
Okay.
I thought. So I don't know. It'll be if I had to pick. I mean, it's after week 1. So if you're talking about who I think is going to land where, if I peek after week 1, it's just as far as their performance in week 1. I don't think it's so good.
All right, so just to comment on Craig, great performance in week 1. He does have a strong team, right? I totally see it. It was a great performance in week 1. He believed in his team. He's got, I think, overall a great team. But if we're talking about the AFC South, and something I know very much a lot about since side. We won it more than anyone ever. It comes down in fantasy to when the bye weeks start to happen, when the injuries start to happen, and the savviness of not panicking and making roster mistakes and so on, which both teams have proven to have done in the past. So I'm not nervous at all. I'm actually happy, and I actually want us to sweep the NFC East 3 weeks in a row because it just would be cool and something that's never happened before. So that's basically what I'm looking at this point. But Craig, great job. Week 1. Let's see if you can do it in the long haul. 10-3 last year.
Again this weekend.
10-3 last year, but 1 and done in the playoffs. So don't forget that part as well. All right, we're gonna move on to our next topic. We're just gonna discuss the league official power rankings. Rare Drizzy, we're gonna go over that real quick. Not this ESPN generated thing that Mike copy and paste out.
So you want to hear it out? What's up with the?
There's nothing really to air out. It's dumb.
I mean, what's up? I don't make these rankings.
I know you don't.
I just found it interesting to start conversation.
But Mike, you know those change ever so often on ESPN.
I just put it up there for conversation purposes.
I know. We know. You are the straw. That's right.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Continue.
Skinny spice. All right. First, let's talk about, well, the Eldorados are number 1, all right, and number 2, Jester's coming in. It's now our rankings make sense because it's basically your win and loss record and how many points you scored. You're the number 2 scorer, belong in the number 2 spot. No question about that. Number 3, Miami Rattlers.
Ooh, Jose, can you stay there?
Number 3 in scoring. You know, but what can we say? Mike, number 4 in scoring, the Bronx Bombers.
All right.
Number 5, we have our Grimace, returning champion, winning. And number 6 will conclude the winner spot with me, again, the lowest point getter as a winner this week. Then we're going to start with number 7, AJ the Bucks. This is our losing bracket, if you will. Our top scoring losing over 100 points. So continue putting 100 points up, and that's gonna, you're just gonna rise up. That's all there is to it. 8 with the Goats. Then we start getting to our 80s
Who was
to
7?
90s. So it's AJ. 9th was the Predators. 10th, Dragons, unfortunately.
Fuck.
11 all the way up in Boston Massacre, and number 12.
Nice resume.
Number 12, the lowly Jets. So any comments on the power rankings? Fred, we'll start with you on that side. What do you think about power rankings? Anyone you think should be higher or lower? What do you think?
As I said earlier, the toilet bowl comes out to the Jets and the Massacre. I cannot see them scoring this year. Now, I didn't think the Dragons were that low. Fucking it up. And you said the Goats, and I don't know who's after the Goats.
AJ.
No, that's before the Goats.
Predators.
That's a surprise.
I'm not.
I never see. No. Nick usually scores very well.
I mean, week 1, I'm not.
I just think it's week 1. I think he'll be back. I think overall this year, with the bottom 2, we'll stay the bottom 2.
Yeah. Well, and now listen, and just to your point though, you said you didn't know the Preds would score that low, but again, he scored 88 points.
Yeah, he lost by
Jets,
0.2.
85. It's 3 points.
Yeah, if he gets 0.3, he'll be up where you're at.
Right.
So
Separates. Next thing.
The rankings are what they are. They went by points, they went by record. I blew a fucking bird last week, okay? I fucked up. I'll redeem myself. The team in Boston, you are who you are. You are who you are. And Jose, besides any other team in this fucking league, you know I root for you, my guy, but hold on to the spot. Can you hold number 3? Can you make a difference this year? Can you change what the Rattlers have been year after year? Let me see you. Prove it, brother. Prove it.
Mike, thoughts on the power rankings?
I think Greg said it all with the Boston. This guy.
Damn, poor Boston.
Sad, man. The rankings are what they are. It is what it is. You take it only after what the first week of stats are. But, you know, the injuries start piling up.
That's the kick.
These owners are going to get exposed. The people that don't know how to make those moves, and there's people that can't actually make moves, but they learn to survive other ways. So it's a lot of different elements that got to play in true.
100%, absolutely. All right, so moving on, we're going to break down week 2's action. And we're all excited for this week, and since I'm excited, I'm going to start my game first. Let's begin with the Sharks versus the Massacre.
Oh, not them again.
The Sharks lead this series 4-1.
4-1?
4-1. You won 80% of the matchup.
The current winning streak is at 2. I've won 2 in a row. ESPN currently has the Sharks by 5. Last year, the Sharks won, get ready for this, 111 to 55. A 60-point whooping. So,
that's why you wanted to start. Oh my God.
Let's discuss this one.
Yo, you ever get hit in the butt accidentally and you pucker? You know when you pucker? I just puckered. I was like, ooh.
Let's talk.
Oh.
I'm glad I didn't let that out, you know, so the audience, I waited right live for you guys to hear that one. All right,
What
so
was that a point difference?
56 points, dude.
Well, 111.
Yeah, he more than doubled his score.
All right. Let's talk about this week 2 matchup. I like me, of course, and I'm gonna say why. Aaron Rodgers.
I'm hurt, bro. That's hurt my chest. Nick, you lost by 60 fucking points. Can we look at, have I ever lost that week? I don't think I have.
We got
Nick,
we are definitely
I don't listen.
That is definitely.
Listen, I know we're supposed to make our picks and shit. I'm sorry for jumping over. Bro, you lost by 60 fucking points and you talk so fucking.
All right.
1-4 against this. 1-4 against this man.
Oh my God.
Alright, let's go on. Let's move on to the 2020 week 2 matchup. Alright. So let's talk about this year. Now I'm gonna pick myself in this matchup.
Yeah, no shit.
The reason being is I like my
Guess who else
matchup.
is picking
I
everybody else?
like my matchup with Aaron Rodgers against Detroit. It's gonna be, I think, a field day for him. And I also like Mike Evans to bounce back this week. I like Tampa all over the Panthers.
I like that too.
And I don't even need to talk about McCaffrey every week. For me on his side, I'm looking at some things like Russell Wilson in New England. I don't know, New England's defense is pretty good, so he's not going to have the week he had last week, that's for sure. And that was what carried him last week. So Dalvin Cook at the Colts, that might be a decent matchup for him. But he does have a few people on the Bears roster that I'm confused about. The other shining light, I think, though, is Amari Cooper against the Falcons. That is one game. I talked about the Texans Chiefs last week. I think the Cowboys Falcons this week will be a nice high scoring affair as well. So, I'm still going to pick myself. Fred, I'll start with you on this matchup. What do you think?
I'm picking the Sharks. and I'm not picking the Sharks because of last year, because this is not a keeper. The reason I'm picking the Sharks is because there is no way you can pick 3 players and start them in the same week. Right now, you're starting your wide receiver, your tight end, and your defense all from Chicago.
Chicago connection.
And not a high power scoring offense, so if you want some advice, please take one of them off. I don't know, do something.
Why are you giving advice?
I'm giving advice because I want Nick. Hey, I need Nick to at least go 1-12.
Nick.
I don't want to go 1-13.
No, I want him to go 1-13.
Come on, dude.
Please go 1-13.
Why would you? It's your conference. You would want to.
No, it's okay. You ain't gonna catch me.
Nick, there was a reason why I dropped Chicago's defense. They're not as good as they used to be. Bro, there's a reason why. They could have stopped Detroit last week, bro.
Nick, don't stop the Chicago players. I'm still going with Jason. Why. I don't think you're going to win this week. Maybe you'll beat the Jets to go 1-12.
I think it's too much fun. I might post this video actually after Sunday. Go ahead, Greg. What do you think?
What do I think? Mike, what were you talking about earlier? What is it? What is it about?
You know what Nick misses? You know what Nick's franchise misses? You're missing culture, bro. You're missing culture. Your franchise don't have culture. At least be something. I don't know what you are.
It's true. You don't know where
Like,
to get.
I've told you guys, we spend way too much time.
Yeah,
talking
we do.
about
Alright, so listen, let me.
Because you know he wants to
You're
win.
trying.
Yeah.
And I respect that you're trying. You're texting and you're trying to get into the banter. But you don't have a fucking resume. You don't have shit. Your fucking trophy case is sand. It's desert. You're 4-1 against fucking Jason. You're fucking 3-1 against me. Who the fuck have you beaten, bro? Just stop, Nick. Stop. You lost by 60.
Stop beating up on Nick.
Wait,
No,
no.
let's go in on though. He questions
60.
every single one of us
60.
on this.
And you have the nerve to bring up that point to question why we're on this show.
That's
4 championships.
embarrassing.
2 championships. It's 4 right here. 1 championship. That's 9 fucking championships on the fucking show. How many years did the league been around?
17.
So out of 17 fucking years, you got 9 championships. That's more than half. And you have the nerve to call us out. Bro, stay in your fucking lane. And I'm picking the Sharks.
Mike, who do you got this matchup?
60 fucking points.
Like, I actually was gonna go ahead and go with Nick this week. I was.
Please go ahead.
But like that stat, there's no way I can go on video and give him any kind of thought as far as winning any games going forward in the near future. Like, it's just.
Jose, let's get ready to hand over the toilet bowl to Nicola Irvin.
Oh.
Alright, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what Nick K had to say about this matchup.
So week 2, I'm going against the Sharks. I think against Cooper, I'm 1-3. This used to be my biggest game of the year. It was always Cooper, Mrs. Hernandez. Those were my 2 rivals from back in the day, but now it's changed over to Greg, the Dragons. Somebody needs to shut him up. I guess that's going to be me. And then Cooper and Mrs. Hernandez. So this is a pretty big deal for me. I think in the projections, I'm down about 5 or 6 points, which to me is even because, whatever. But yeah, I get pretty excited about playing the Sharks every single year. We've had a couple of really close matchups. But I think in my lineup, Cam is being totally underrated with 17 points. He's definitely going to run one in and probably get about another 100 yards on the ground. So I'm looking for him to pop up a few more points and get me the victory. Now, on another note, when we're talking about the Lsfl weekly meeting where, we've got Mrs. Hernandez, 500 Freddie, and losing record 1921 OJ Mayer ranking everybody and giving feedback, I think we should relook at that. We've got some people here with 3 championships, close to the Hall of Fame. We should have our best players up there, not the
Well, good luck, Nick. Wish you well. We all are picking the Sharks on this particular match. I think we all can agree to that.
Cooper just tried to slide that stat in the beginning and then.
He knew what he was doing with that shit.
Set you up.
60 fucking points.
So.
Alright, so, Jerry Springer, I can't remember which one he called me. Alright, so, we're going to move on to our next matchup that we're going to break down. Let's talk about the El Dorados versus the Pennsylvania Predators. Currently, right now, the Predators lead this series 4-2. The El Dorados won last year 145 to 136. That's a current win streak of 2 for the El Dorados, by the way. The ESPN currently has the matchup as the Predators leading by 9 points, almost 10, 9.7 pretty much. Okay. So we can break down this matchup. I like the El Dorados in this one, and the reason being we have Matt Ryan again at Dallas. I was just talking about that game. I think that's going to be a nice, high-scoring game on both sides. I like Adams in Detroit. I just talked about Aaron Rodgers doing well in Detroit. Well, of course, he's going to throw it to Devontae Adams. Calvin Ridley in Dallas. Again, that matchup. Lots of good matchups here. And I think the icing on the cake, if you will, and I apologize to my co-hosts, is that the 49ers at the Jets, that's going to actually really kind of take them over the top. I don't necessarily like, we don't know what's going on with Godwin right now. He's in concussion protocol, so we're not really sure what's going on there. We got Zeke at Atlanta, so he does have some decent matchup there. And Wentz at the Rams, I mean, that's kind of an uncertain one to me as well. So again, I just like the more favorable matchups for the Dorados this week. Greg, we'll start with you on this matchup. What are your thoughts?
Craig, I'm gonna keep riding the coattails, buddy. I think you got this one this week. Jason brought up a good point. Godwin concussion protocol. Is he gonna play this week? Craig, we discussed it. What are you gonna do with the team for the rest of the year? This is where boys become men as the season goes on. So I'm riding with you. I think the difference is I don't like Carson Wentz. Nick, you gotta stop picking Philadelphia players, Pittsburgh players. I know it helped you win 3 championships in the past. They're not good this year. So, Craig 2-0, Packers 0-2. Going with Craig.
Fred, we'll go ahead with you, sir.
I actually, you're gonna say I'm not picking them because of the reason, but
he's gonna come at you again.
I think
Be
the
prepared.
Predators are gonna win because they are favored. Plus, I do like their matchup. Ezekiel versus Atlanta. Melvin Gordon got Pittsburgh, but everybody else got weaker teams. Like if Godwin plays, he got Carolina.
Melvin Gordon gets Pittsburgh. You see what Pittsburgh just
New Orleans got New Orleans. Everything. Yeah, but it's just that the team, the defense wise, he has an easier matchups than
who?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm telling you.
All
right, hold on a second. Let me put it up. Carson Wentz versus the Rams. You got Ezekiel versus Atlanta. Godwin versus Carolina.
Hold on real quick. Godwin's in concussion protocol, so we don't know anything about that. Now I want to talk about that Wentz matchup. That offensive line is fucking garbage, and because I have to watch that team at home, I've seen it myself, and that Rams defensive line is nasty. I do not see Carson
Wentz just got beat up by
Let me tell you.
Washington.
Let me get the Colorado's defense.
You talking about Aaron Donald?
Ryan's going against Dallas. Dallas ain't no slouch. They got 20 points. He got Kenyon Drake going to Washington. That's a good matchup. Connor versus Denver. I don't think
Connor may not play though.
Yeah, right. Calvin Ridley versus Dallas. Once again, they don't have a bad matchup. So his
making my argument.
No. Because look, Mark Andrews versus Houston. He's not going to get 3 touchdowns again. That's what I'm saying.
How do you know that?
Okay, well, my pick is the
Lamar.
Predators.
That's Lamar's favorite
My pick
target.
is the Predators.
All right,
Stick with it.
Fred's going. He's backing up his logic.
I'm 4-2. You're 2-4.
Mike, what you got, buddy?
I think that the Predators are just too banged up right now. I don't think that he's got much on his bench to be able to kind of have any kind of flexibility if he's going to have some players out. Matchup-wise, I think they matched up okay. I mean, if it was just based off that. But with Wentz, I think that he will do good because, they do have a nasty front line. But I feel like the Eagles might be playing from behind, and the Chargers got a banged up secondary. So I think Wentz has a little bit better chance of doing okay but the rest of his roster is just too depleted. Even if Godwin is good to go, I don't like Godwin in Tampa Bay right now because I just think there's just too many balls to be thrown. I don't think that even if he is healthy, he's going to be able to produce at that level.
Even if he does play, how much playing time is he going to get?
That's my point.
And they had Brady couldn't pass anybody.
Packers roster strength, the way it is early in the season right now, just isn't matched up well against the
So you're picking Dorados?
Yeah, and just one more quick point. Yes, the Rams do have a nasty line and Jalen Ramsey, so just saying. All right, so let's take a look at what Craig and Nick had to say about their matchup.
The Predators. Can't wait to take my talents to Pennsylvania for a little while, man. I could use a little bit of fresh air. Feel bad for him, he barely lost last week, man. So I know that hurts, man. But if it makes any difference, you won't barely lose this week. It'll be over by the 4 o'clock game, brother. But that's all good. I like his running backs. I see he's got Elliott, so I'm obviously hoping for a shootout with the Falcons, which will play right into my hands, man. Let Matt Ryan and Ridley just rip it up, man, and hopefully the Cowboys got to resort to a passing game. It's pretty Eagles heavy, man, so I think we're a Rams fan this weekend, man. We'll see how that defense and Jalen Ramsey shuts Wentz down, man. Other than that, man, best luck, man, and just try to keep your points up, man, because everybody else in your division lost too anyway, so probably be a repeat from last week.
Going in the next game, I'm playing Craig. I have a pretty decent record against Craig, but I feel that it's a must-win game for me. Week 2, it's a must-win. I know my division. We're all 0-1, and ironically, I only scored 88 points, but I'm the top scorer in my division, so I guess I'm not doing too terrible. But yeah, I don't really have any trash against Craig. Craig's a nice guy. You know, I did all my trash talking to him when he came out to me, and it's all banter. So I got nothing. I'm just gonna put out my best team out there. And
so just a reminder of our picks for this particular matchup. Everyone here likes the El Dorados except Freddie. He is going with the Pennsylvania Predators. All right, on to our next matchup. We're going to talk about the Miami Rattlers, surprising 1-0 Rattlers against the surprising 0-1 Bronx Jets. Wow. Surprising matchup here. We have the Jets leading this series overall 5-0. Whoa! Wow, that's a huge bet. So obviously the current win streak is 5. Last year in this matchup wasn't very good overall. It was the Jets squeaking by 71.8 to 67.6. That was it. Wow. Currently in this matchup, ESPN has it the Rattlers by 1 point. Very close. I am going to go ahead and pick the Rattlers. Again, back to that, I believe the AFC South will again sweep the NFC East. I like Prescott again in Atlanta. Keep talking about that matchup. Josh Jacobs is great. Love him. I love Jonathan Taylor as well. And going back to what we were just talking about, I like Rams D to make some opportune interceptions on Carson Wentz this week, so I like his defensive matchup as well. The Jets, you are in trouble, sir. It is Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. You are diving to the ground at this point. I don't like anything other than Lamar at Houston just because it's Lamar Jackson. Other than that, I just don't like anything at all. So I'm going to go Rattlers in this one. Mike, you're going to lead us off with the other panel. What do you think about this match?
I mean, I think it's unfortunate that Miami doesn't get to meet Bronx at full strength. I mean, it would have been nice for Jose to get his first win with the team. You know, he hadn't won, right?
Right. Win is a win, right?
I think that Jose would, you know, appreciate having him at full strength. But yeah, I mean, long story short, yeah, Miami by 10, 15.
Oh.
They got a score.
I actually had.
It ain't by 60.
Nah, it ain't by 60.
I actually wrote this down. I can't believe it, but I'm picking the Rattlers week 2. I just don't like the Jets team. As I mentioned previously at the beginning of the show, he has to move a quarterback and replenish his receiver and running back. So I don't want to pick the Rattlers, but damn it.
Who's going to make that trade? But
we'll go to a different star.
I got running backs.
Hey, who's that clown that's in the back?
Audience. So you picking?
I'm picking the Rattlers. I can't believe it.
Jose, I'm picking you this week as well, my friend. You got some good matchups. You got a sneaky good team. I mentioned that earlier at the beginning of the show. Eric, bro, you in trouble, and I'm glad you're in trouble because we're in the same conference.
Yeah.
So for you to be in this much trouble this early, it helps everybody else on this panel except for Jason out. So try to find someone to trade with. Maybe there's a team. I'll get with a bunch of running backs that may want a good quarterback. But going Rattlers, Jose, you can put yourself in a good position right now. 2-0.
Unprecedented here. All of us picked up
Juju.
Rattlers.
That
against the Predators.
Jacob.
Jets.
Against the
Look at the Jets. The Jets still doesn't have a number 1 wide receiver. Gameday in the practice this week. Who's his other wide receiver we don't know?
Yeah, and Diggs, you got Diggs. He's decent, bro.
Allen doesn't throw the ball accurately. And so Allen makes his points because I have him running the ball.
Yeah.
So that's where he gets his points from. So Diggs only had like 8 points last
John
year.
Brown, the receiver on that team.
Right. I mean, Diggs only had like 4 or 8 points. Didn't really do much.
Well, he does have Will Lutz, man. So,
well, that's what kind of saved him last week was his kicker and defense. So, anyway,
it saved him.
Well, that was his next top 2 performances. So, you know, what can we say? So, let's take a look at what Jose and Eric had to say on their upcoming matchup.
Moving on to week number 2, I have the Bronx Jets. The Bronx Jets are having some problems this week. He had to drop Marlon Mack, his number 7 pick in the draft. His first pick in the draft was Michael Thomas out with a high ankle sprain. They didn't play for him last week because he had a hamstring problem. He's playing this week. Don't know how that's going to work out for him. So I'm thinking again this week. I'm going to keep my nose down, and I feel like I have a good possibility of beating the Jets. I'll talk to you guys again next week. Later.
And this week, I want to say good luck to Jose. You know, me and Jose have always gotten along, so may the best man win. You know, my team is kind of slacking right now, so hopefully they can pull out this win because I definitely don't want to go 0-2.
Just a reminder on this matchup, everyone on the set is going Rattlers. All right, moving on to our next matchup, we're going to have the 0-1 New York Dragons versus the 0-1 San Francisco Goats. Now, currently in this matchup, the Dragons lead the series 4-1. The current win streak is 3, so he's won 3 in a row. Last year, the Dragons won 102-80, so over 22 points. Currently, the ESPN projection is Goats by 5. That's what we currently
the
have.
Goats.
I'm going to agree with ESPN on this one. I like the Goats matchups versus yours this week. I do like Derrick Henry versus the Jaguars. And if Tyreek Hill is good to go, I do like him against the Chargers. I think that's a good matchup. If he's good to go, I like that. And I do not like Josh Allen against the Dolphins, of course, as you know. Well, yeah, not only that, but I will be there to initiate.
I'll be there with you.
To initiate the crowd, the simulated crowd noise that will deafen Josh Allen and make him be
20% of this fucking stadium is going to be.
And you know how rabid
It's the same as any other season.
You know how rabid the Miami fans are as well. And we got Barkley versus the Bears. After last week's performance, and Mike's brought this point up earlier, I'm not really big on Barkley this year, and I'm not big on him at all. And you got Akers right now going against the Eagles, so we'll see how that is, since it's a big running back committee in there, so we'll see. Freddie, what do you think about this matchup? What do you got?
I actually, I went with the Goats, and you're my boy, but I don't think the Goats are gonna have another bad week like they had last week. Their matchups are way better. Brees is gonna get his points. Henry's gonna run all over Jacksonville. Tyreek Hill, if he plays, which I don't have him hurt here at all, is going against the Chargers. And I think Sharp caught a touchdown last week regardless. I think he's going to win. I think it's going to be by more than the 5 points. I just don't see your matchups going well this week. And here goes, I'm going to tell you, I think the Goats get team of the week.
Oh, there it is. There it was. Team
Eric,
of the week.
Mark, you just lost.
Right,
So that's the just for
jinx,
jinx, baby. That's the just for jinx.
Call it. Mike, what do you think about this matchup?
It's too much of the Tennessee-Jacksonville matchup that's going to be what pushes the Goats over the top this week. I think you're a little banged up, man. I think you got to start doing some roster moves early already.
You're right.
So, I just like I like Derrick Henry at Jacksonville. I like the Titans at Jacksonville. So, there's just a lot of good things going. DJ Chark is another one that's going to probably have a good game. So, I think that's what's going to be the difference. So, you might have to make some moves, but as you being in my division, I don't mind you taking the L.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Of course, that's why you guys will pick
Greg,
against me.
so Greg, what do you think? Are we gonna make a clean sweep and go?
No, I'm picking myself. What the fuck you mean?
That's one step closer to them chicken wings.
Did you see what Cam did against Miami's defense last week?
I did. It was embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
When a lot of people say Josh Allen is similar to Cam.
I would definitely think so.
So I think Josh Allen's gonna have a good game.
You not think we would game plan for that though?
But you also
But you're still the Dolphins.
He also had 2 fumbles versus the Jets. Like,
okay.
But
he scored how many points?
And Miami had a better defense than the Jets.
How many points did he score?
35.
Right. So
2 fumbles, like.
Allen, I think is going to have a great game against Miami. Saquon, I think is going to have a bounce back game because Chicago's defense is not the terrors of midway that they were in the past. I don't know what the fuck happened to Khalid Mack, but he's not the same player that he was a couple years back. I think Jason Garrett is going to make the adjustments. I pray that he makes the adjustments. That he gives Saquon the ball in space so he can do what he needs to do.
Faith in Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
Not good.
Listen, I understand. Just like the Jets fans having faith in Adam Gase.
I haven't had faith in Adam Gase since they hired that fool.
Julio Jones against Dallas, good matchup. I think, and I don't know if you guys knew, Odell had 10 targets last week. He only had 20 yards, but he had 10 targets. I think they're going to feed Odell again tonight. I think Odell's going to have a big game.
Odell's questionable, right?
Julio? Yeah, they always rest him. He's always on the injury report, and then he ends up playing. And I think Buffalo's defense is going to carry me over the top again because Miami doesn't have a running game.
Said again.
Yeah, I didn't hear points. But I think Buffalo's going to have a good match against Miami. Doesn't have a good running game right now. We're playing against Tragic.
It's magic.
It depends. It depends on what shows up.
Again, they were questioning Tua starting this week, but Fitz is going to start again, which I hope he does, because Fitz, he's good for like two interceptions a game.
Or 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Right, but I think this is Buffalo. You got the good
in Miami.
They got that pressure that Buffalo brings. You got the cornerback. They got a good secondary. I'm telling you, I think Buffalo's defense is going to have a big week.
Well, that wasn't Miami.
And don't sleep on my flex as I have it right now. Robbie Anderson had a great game last week.
Right, he did.
They have a good matchup again this week. Carolina's going to be behind. Teddy's going to have to fling that ball. I think I'm going to pull it out.
He did have a good matchup, but keep in mind a lot of his points came on one pass. So let's just keep that.
Hey, that's what I
It's all in
It's fantasy.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look and see what Mark had to say about his matchup.
Now on to week 2, playing Greg. Somebody's going 0-2. Hopefully it's you. But like always, if you win, you beat me plenty of times. If I win, you still hold the advantage. It's going to be the same thing. You have 2 championships. I have 1. But, hey, working on Mr. Personality.
So just a reminder of our picks this week. All of us here unanimously going with the GOATs, except for the person he's playing, which would be the Dragons. All right, on to our next matchup. We have the 1-0 Jesters versus the 0-1 Bucks. This is a real interesting matchup. Currently, the Jesters, a long history, and actually the Jesters and the Bucks, Jesters started out in the AFC South, some little thing that no one knows about. He was in the AFC South originally, way back when, he probably doesn't remember, it was the first year. But he leads the series 12-5 right now. The Bucks won last year, however, 121-64.
Whoa, wait. Say that again?
Yeah.
Say that again.
121-64.
Do the math.
You were just, that was close. That's 50. That's 50. 50-some, 57.
That's a 3-point shooting era of the NBA.
Anyway, so the streak is only 1, and right now...
They just said the streak is only 1. Michael Jordan knows once in a while.
Bitch, when he whooped your ass.
So what I had last night when I took the...
Eat my shit.
He did get a swat.
You got swatted.
He was the swatter last year. So, again, right now when I took the stat last time, it had the Jesters by 3, actually, is what I had. So let's talk about this matchup really quickly. I'm going Jesters in this one. I like Mahomes versus the Chargers. And I do like Mixon, which I said earlier, I don't like Mixon ever. But I do like him tonight versus the Browns. I think that's a good matchup. Buck's got some good matchups too. He's got Murray versus the football team, and he's got Kamara versus the Raiders. So he's got some good matchups. I'm just going to give the slight edge to the Jesters in this one.
Who's on the fucking set?
Greg, what do you think about this matchup?
Bucks.
What do you got?
Bucks.
Wow.
Bucks. And I'm gonna tell you this. He has Murray and Hopkins. Good connection. You mentioned Kamara. He has Travis Kelce. Right? What else does he need? The fuck? Freddie, you got Mahomes. I don't trust Mixon. T.Y. Hilton did not look good game one. You got Ingram as your tight end right now. Ain't gonna give you shit. Sutton has a shoulder injury. You still got him in your fucking line.
Yeah, I might switch him up.
So, it's not going to be hard to say. Because if Mahomes goes off, Kelsey's guaranteed at least one touchdown, maybe two. If Tyreek doesn't play, so I like the Bucks by 57 points.
Mike, who do you got in this matchup?
I like the Bucks. Sorry, but I mean, I think that AJ has better matchups. I do like Mixon tonight, and I don't usually like Mixon, so that was a good point. And I think that the firepower of Mahomes will be on display this week, so Kelsey's going to benefit from that. So I give it to AJ. He scored big last week. He should have probably won.
Yeah, he probably should have won.
Fred.
But I scored bigger.
And you my division, so I need you to do that.
But I scored bigger.
Fred, what do you think about your matchup?
I really like my matchup, with the only two concerns being David Johnson, because he's going against Baltimore's defense,
right.
and Thielen. Indy plays pretty well sometimes, so I am a little concerned about that matchup. I don't know if you know, Ingram was targeted 7 times last week.
What did he do with it?
That doesn't matter. You just took one of the
Against
target
the
last
Steelers
time.
defense, that's all.
It was the Steelers defense, yeah.
Again,
Same.
we're all laughing about Jason Garrett. It's fine to laugh at Jason Garrett when we talk about Saquon Barkley.
But if
now
you-
Evan Ingram is the fucking tall being tight
that
end.
is his blame.
He's not gonna do shit.
That's
Garrett's gonna
totally
get the
blame.
ball to Barkley. He's not. Barkley is the man. They're not gonna get the ball to Ingram. They're not gonna say we're in the fucking red zone. Look for Funga Ingram. They're gonna be like, get Saquon on the fucking edge, get him a touchdown.
He got targeted 7 times. That's
And
what
he's
it
not
is.
the focal point of the offense.
He had,
All right.
okay, it's my
Ingram ain't
time.
gonna do shit.
But coming
You're right.
from somebody who's 1-0 and the second highest scorer in the league,
One league.
it doesn't matter. You all won.
Okay.
So I think I am the underdog by 3 points. I think that's my underdog pick of the week.
You
So
think?
I think I'm gonna beat AJ, not by a lot, but it's gonna be about 10-point differential. I think so.
That's a good cushion.
You know. The only thing that really worries me about AJ would be Kyler Murray. He scored a lot last week. Nah.
You liked him earlier. So
Yeah, I
you know
like
what
him.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you don't think Hopkins?
Stop.
Nice. So obviously Freddie's going to tough. Let's take a look at what AJ had to say about this matchup.
Next week I have this week, excuse me. I have the Rugrats, and I mean they won their first game, and it's like they won the Fantasy Bowl. So I guess I'm gonna have my work cut out for me this week. So we're gonna bring it, and hopefully I can get in the W column this week, going against a tough Brooklyn Rugrats team. So we'll see. Freddie's been in the league for a minute. I've been in the league for a minute, so gonna bring it. So good luck to Freddie, because he's gonna need it. Deuces.
All right, so as a reminder, I take that back. We're split on this one. Me and Fred have the Jesters on this one, and we have Mike and Greg with AJ. I mean, hey, we'll see.
We'll see.
Freddie, we need this one for the pick, so we definitely
we need this.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our last and final segment where we're gonna talk about the game of the week. And before we do that, we're gonna bring on a special guest host. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the island. Island Peppa Skincare Products. Love your skin your way. Stop by today at islandpeppaskincare.com to look at our variety of products for both men and women. Because in the islands, the pepper is always black.
All right, and now on to our next segment. It is our Game of the Week. And as such, we have the actual participants in the Game of the Week here. Ken, the owner of the Dallas Grimace, the champion, is here. Ken, welcome to the set, sir. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you for having me today. The pleasure is all mine.
Awesome.
Can I ask you a quick question? Are you tired? Shoulders hurt a little bit?
Man, it's rough carrying around 2 belts compared to 1, you know, especially when they aren't participation trophies and championship belts.
Oh, and Nick, by the way, this is 11 championships on the side. Just want to let you know.
Wow.
11 championships out of 17 years, baby. Just wanted to put that out.
Jose, it's your birthday week. I'll let you borrow one if you want for the weekend. I got you.
All right, let's talk about our Game of the Week. That's what we're here to talk about right now. Right now, the Bombers lead this series 9-6, believe it or not, and the winning streak for them is 2.
Okay.
The Bombers won last time 97-79.
Not bad.
So it was kind of okay. Currently, ESPN, well, the one I had to look, they have the Bombers by 3. That's the last time I saw it. Could be, it fluctuates constantly. Right, who knows? Who
Spicy move of the week.
I actually am going to agree. I'm going to go with Bombers again. And here's my thoughts on that. I don't like necessarily big men against Denver, and I don't necessarily like Will Fuller against the Baltimore Ravens on the Grimace side. I do like, however, Edwards-Helaire against the Chargers, and if Miles Sanders is back to full force, I do like him as well in that matchup. Because, like I said, back to Carson Wentz, they're going to need to do something to alleviate some kind of pressure off of him. So why not do it with the run game? That would make sense to me. So I'm going to go Bombers here. Fred, we'll go with you and we'll work our way over. What do you think about this matchup?
Who you picking?
It's close, man. It's close. Because I keep going back and forth with this one. I'm looking at the matchups, and I think I'm going to switch it back now. I think I'm going to go back with the Bombers.
Yo, he has to because he's going for records.
Where you get to? Yes, sir.
I was looking initially to pick the Grimace, and then I just don't think they're gonna. I don't like their chance to win. I am gonna pick the Bombers. I think Helaire and Marquise Brown and probably if George Kittle plays
one for
against the Jets, the Jets cannot ever stop the tight end.
This is Freddie's. This is Jason's. Okay.
I'm picking the Bombers.
Got you. All right, Greg, on to you, sir. Who do you like in this matchup?
This pick is going to be hot and spicy.
The hot spicy.
I like the Grimace. I'm going to tell you why. Grimace got, and I hate to say this, they got a 3-headed monster at running back, bro. They got Aaron Jones, they got Monster, and they got Echo. And on the bench, they got Ingram on the bench and fucking Malcolm Brown. You don't like the matchup against Denver? I like Big Ben's matchup against them. They don't have a running game. There's no Connor may not play. We're gonna rely a lot on Big Ben.
And he's now put in work, so
but again, Big Ben is what pushes that offense.
Yeah, of course.
Mike, he had the rookie out of Kansas City. I'm not sold on Watson against Baltimore, bro, and I'm still not sold on Sanders because we don't know if he's going to be 100%. I'm going with, like I said, Dallas. I think Dallas is going to pull this one out, and the difference is going to come down between Big Ben and fucking Deshaun Watson. That's going to be the difference in points right there. Ken's going to pull it out by 10.
All right, and even a point differential. That's awesome. Love when we hear those. So, as you do in anyone's house, let's allow the guest to go first. Let's allow the guest to go first since he is in our house. Ken, what do you think about your matchup this week, and what do you have to say to your opponent?
Well, you know, I came here for 2 reasons today. You know, originally when I talked to you yesterday, you know, I had my own thing going on, and I was hyped up for this matchup this week against the Bombers. You know, they sure are a little hot and spicy this year. I'll give them that. But you know, first and foremost, let's address the real issue here. I came on this show to call every one of you out. Because last week, y'all sat here and bashed my team. Talked about how shitty they are. Talked about the 12th ranked team. We got you. Freddie over here with Greg on the team of the week pick. Nah, I give you redemption for this week. You're alright. But I get no fucking respect in this league at the beginning of it every fucking year. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I'm mad. I'll tell you why I'm mad. Let me come on here and say something. Every year you guys got something to say. Oh, he's at the bottom of the rankings. Here's my rankings right here, bro. Every year. How many times I missed the playoffs? Maybe 4 years out of 16. He's hot. I'm hot, son. I'm hot.
I'll tell you something, bro.
So let me come on here and address this first and foremost. My teams never look exciting on paper. I'll give you that. They're always boring. But I'll tell you what, they're always in the playoffs.
You ain't lying.
Always in the playoffs. And while I have 2 of these, and I know, as Mike called me out recently, yesterday I believe, I have a 28% win percentage in the finals in 2 and 5. I'll take that. I am the LeBron of this league, but I'll tell you this, I've been there 7 times. 7 times. So while y'all are home watching the Grimace every year, I might be losing, but at least I'm there and you paying your money to see me play.
And coming in second place just makes you the first loser.
That's all it does. I still got my playoff money.
He came on the set with
So second, yeah, let me
Because when you talk to the Jetsons,
let me put these
you gotta talk of respect because my 2 championships came against you.
Okay, so listen.
Yes, sir.
Mike,
So-
go ahead.
Yeah.
Onto your matchup, other than the sweatpants you're on the set today.
So I'm trying to understand how a guy who has an overall losing record to me.
I
So
have no
wait,
record in the league.
See, you won those 2 belts, but what you failed to recognize is that you would have had 3. I beat you in the fantasy. You go ahead and take that bottle of sauce with you on your way out. The fact of the matter is that you haven't beat me, you don't beat me, and you won't beat me. And that's going down this week.
I do gotta say,
Alright.
and that, you know,
Everybody
that,
gets one.
and well, realistically, he should have 5 championships because he never beat you in the bowl.
And
He never beat me twice in the bowl.
And he came here to
so
call us out.
NFC North just fucks him up every
Don't let the
time.
hot sauce hit you or the good Lord split you.
Well, let me get to my comments on this.
No, oh, now we're gonna
Oh, now we're gonna
I never gave my predictions. Hey, but hold on.
He's a guest.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes of fame.
You know, let me get on here. Let me also say I was running a little late today, so I didn't get to eat. So let me get one of these wings real quick that I brought. Get a little bite in.
Are they spicy wings?
Actually, you know what? They're a little bland. So let me. Oh wait, I don't want the weak sauce. I want the real stuff. Let me bring the real stuff out. Yeah. Now we're talking. Los Calientes, Mike. Los Calientes. So before y'all go in,
resorted to props.
before y'all go in, let me get one more because it's good now. I bet.
Alright, so
It's nice and spicy. Let me tell you.
All you gotta do is win.
So I looked at the matchup. You know, and these wings are nice and spicy. Let me tell you something. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the matchup. Deshaun Watson, I don't see him putting up any points this week.
Oh wow, that's big.
You know, I think he'll do a little bit because they're going to be playing from behind, but I ain't worried about that. George Kittle, probably not even going to play.
Right. Somebody would have been smart to pick up for the
Might have
Hey,
been.
are we done? 'Cause we gotta. I gotta.
Oh, you gotta go.
I gotta go.
Oh, because you don't want to hear the truth. That's what's going on here.
Yeah,
It's
it's
okay.
all good.
Either way,
Don't you gotta
I'm
do it.
picking the Grimace.
Okay, I'm taking the Bombers. I gotta use them.
So our celebrity guest host is picking himself, surprisingly.
And thank you, Greg.
You got 2 belts. You got 2 belts and you could have had 3.
Who did you pick, Jackson? I didn't get you.
Getting 2 belts,
Oh, yeah,
they do that. Like, it's been done before.
But
She
those-
belts ain't nothing.
But those are winning belts. Those aren't participation belts,
So
Mike.
you pick Bombers?
Those aren't
So I'm the
participation
only one on
belts.
the limb again picking Grimace?
Correct.
Oh.
So going back to the reminder, as Greg just did, everyone here on the panel, on the normal set, has picked the Bombers, except for Greg has gone Grimace, and our special guest host also has picked himself the champ for this. The champ is here. All right, well that will conclude week 2's episode. I appreciate y'all watching, LSFL family, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Wait. Renegade. Hey, Reason, we got one. Go. Oh, go. Yeah. Go. Let's go. Go. Let's go. Cash on me, like I hit the lottery. Hoes a trip, watch on how they follow me. Wait, honey's blue, yeah, I got them all on me. Go, let's go. Prada shoe, yeah, I keep a style on me. Pretty freaks, make them bitches pile on me. I swear, rat party, I got 30 thou on me right now. Go. Let's go. To my cake, all these bitches want a piece. 10 racks, I threw 10 on top my teeth. Diamond choke, VVS, I can't breathe. Go, let's go. Saint Laurent,